Alright, so if you haven't already fallen asleep, now it's time to look at my attack on the right. So I committed a fair bit of men to Angelos's assault, our combined assault on that right flank of Spain. This has successfully been done, and now it has isolated Sweden on my end and given Angelos the flank. So this has caused Sweden to attack me in full force, so I'm actually freaking out right now since half my army's, or a third of my army's not even there yet. So I'm just doing fire and retreat right about now, because he's come out in full force. Now, one thing I've noticed about my build here is the cavalry. So I've gone for quantity over quality. I got no good cav. So this is, I have to take quite good care of them in my assault. And I have to attack back quite quickly. There's no artillery to focus on or rely upon. And he's already taking the rear with the light dragoon. So his attack is going to commence full on very soon, and it's up to me to do a counterattack right away. Now there's also cavalry in the full rear, and I have to protect my reinforcing army still on the hill in the initial attack, and he's also assaulting it with Harkopolitas and the remainder of his cavalry. Now if I don't get that there in time, there's a possibility of losing my entire force. And even though we won that fight, it was still quite close. In other areas of the battle, Heir of Carthage is still in a skirmish, I believe, with his opponent. So it would be very annoying if this battle went for much longer, seeming as there's a lot of land to cover.
Yep. Sino did actually panic here, thinking that his doom had come upon him. But he manages quite well without me. He does ask for cav support from me, and it's coming, I think. Hang on, let me just go way into my back, to my rear, to find the unit I sent. This is it. It's not moving yet.
I was screaming.
It's not moving
cav.
I remember.
Yeah,
exactly. You were asking for light dragoon support at the time. I remember, and that was busy, preoccupied, getting killed by Spaniards, I think. You may have noticed.
Yeah, I noticed you brought up voice chat for all the help and stuff. Yeah, they would have had it too, so there's no real advantage there. And they're also recording this at a spec, which is a bit annoying. I don't really like that. Someone specking a game and recording everything you do.
If they had beaten us, you would have seen this vid on their site, probably, wouldn't they? They would have put it up.
Yeah, some kind of biased opinion. Like, oh yeah, check this out, etc. But he's attacking. He's attacking very hard, my opponent, because I've already expanded my army into multiple contingents to take on these flanking forces. He has more line than me. There's no doubt there, since
You're
my
all
line's
over
up
the
there.
place from what I can see.
So I have to do direct cav charges. Yeah, because I had to help you, you wuss. So he's just run right at me, and I'm trying to get my Jaegers in open ground to fire. But unfortunately, he still has that light dragoon which he sent in the rear before, and as Sweden, they have 75 of them, which is a fairly large amount. So I'm relying on low quality cav, and against squares, they just drop, and he's very quick to go into squares. As I said, these are not bad players, they're quite good, and very quick on the micro, and counterattacks. So this is very aggressive play from my opponent, and we're both actually caving each other. We got both of our cav in the enemy's line. And it's just up to whoever focus fires the best wins. And it's that simple in terms of this fight.
I mean, you say that. I mean, from what I can see at the moment, it's actually it doesn't look too good for you. I mean, I'm looking on your right, and you've got 3 Swedish line against 2 of yours, and I'm looking on your left. Your left is actually pretty all over the place at the moment. I have no idea how you win this.
Still, it's the cav in the middle. I had 3 cav in the middle.
I mean,
I think we're out of sync again.
No, I don't think we're out of sync.
It depended on that reinforcing.
I think we're out of sync. I just saw your cav. I can.
What do you see? Well, there's only 2 line there now.
Well, I can see you've just smashed into a square, which is genius. But apart from that, I think you've probably already seen that. You're running down his line with cav. We probably are. This is the problem we have all the time.
Yeah, and this is
with our replays, is we can never get them synced up. It's because my computer is a bit inadequate compared to his.
Because I don't put the timer on either.
So
yeah.
I mean, when it come,
So we're gonna use like visual cues, like when the line infantry
Yeah.
shoots.
and that can be awkward
That's
at
when we synced
times.
up.
No,
It
it
never
never
works,
does
does it?
work. Anyway, my reinforcement cav has arrived on my replay.
Oh, look, a cav is somehow
Yeah,
on
it's
its
coming,
way. Yeah.
but I'm gonna keep.
Yeah. Well, it's not really arrived.
Yeah.
It's in the woodland. It
Yeah,
can see me.
I'm just
Not
looking
doing nothing.
because I lost my other household cav quite early on by charging it into a stake line. So I did not want the same thing. You can the remnants are alive. That's the remnants of that household cav. The rest I charged into a stake line, like a true pro. I also lost my general in that.
Where's that? Oh, yeah, you remember your general? You ran a general into a stake line.
Oh, be quiet.
Pro.
You've done it.
Who needs
Who needs
morale?
morale? That's true. Somehow, though, my men actually. I was actually
need a
expecting a
general.
chain route after that, to be honest, but my line are like down to 33 men, and they're still alive, and they're steady, and they stay around for a bit as well. They do run off in the end, but I was expecting them to run off quite sooner than this. Yeah, but I mean, my cab's arriving, but I think by now you've got the situation in hand, haven't you, on your side?
Yeah, so that was just trying to stay alive until reinforcement. So until then, it looked really, really bad. Until I got my full army back in there, as well as the cav that I was initially using with you. It was very lucky that they stayed alive, and I didn't throw them away like sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
I like to just chuck them in there.
So,
You go, yep, you're on your own now, boy.
so basically, the key to this side was your cav. If you didn't have your cav, you might have been in a slightly worse situation. So that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, the what if situations always rage you. Oh, if you lost, that means you would have lost. Yeah. I hate those when people bring that up.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What if you
Yeah.
didn't have line infantry
Yeah,
and you had
exactly.
militia? You would have lost
It's
then. And then I reckon it's just people just sitting there with their arms crossed. You have to do that.
Yeah. I know.
It's just
Exactly,
a
I know what you
game.
mean. It's like people who lose battles, and then they're like, "If I had done this, I would have won," like that. And like, it's all right. It's all right saying that after the battle, but in the battle, then who cares? You did this and you lost, so live with it. Stop whining about it. Anyway, your Swedish guy is
Yeah, I know. This is just a game for fun, anyway.
Exactly. So there's a lot of people who take this seriously, isn't there? A lot of egos out there. And yeah, the least said.
Yeah, the primary reason is to stop playing
exactly.
for a while.
That,
It's just, I'm the king of empire. Quote, end quote.
yeah, I had noticed that.
Not to name and shame.
I had noticed
but
that when I came back online after a while of not playing, that there were a lot of people online with very, very big egos who thought they were the new kings of empire. I'm not saying we were the old kings of empire. I'm just saying there's a lot of people who had high opinions of themselves and ended up being rather inadequate when they came to play. Anyway, your Swedish guy has been dead sword, so that's about finished up and rolled up the right flank. Okay, that about rounds up all the interesting points to that battle. The key point was where the Spaniards sent that line down the pass. Neither me nor Sino still understands why it was done. Now you may have noticed we weren't focusing too much on air in that battle. That was mainly because he was holding his Swedish opponent back. They both really kind of like, it was a stalemate for a long time over there. They killed each other quite effectively until me and Sino arrived to get round the rear of the remaining Swedish troops and cause a chain rout.
Yeah, so that battle went for so long that my army on the other side of the red line was able to reinforce with my full exhausted army. So that's how long that took. Now, back to the chasm rush. We only took that. We were just waiting for something to happen. It wasn't necessarily critical in itself. It was just the loss of momentum and the gaining of arm momentum. So this game is all about initiative, and they initially had it, and then we took it from them. So they went on the defensive after that, and they had to keep reacting to our moves. So that's the actual critical point. And it was just the chasm rush that caused it, and there would have been something else anyway if that didn't happen.
Yep. And that's about summarised that battle. I hope you enjoyed our duel com. This will probably be our last one on Empire. Sad face. And we'll probably do some more duels on Napoleon when it eventually comes out. So,
Ooh.
until next time.
Yeah, thanks for watching.